Hello and welcome back. It is time for us to touch on our hot topic this afternoon as we look at the plight of widows and giving them a future in Nigeria. Now, to talk about this with us on Hello Nigeria this afternoon is a young woman who has taken it upon herself to protect and provide for the needs of widows in Nigeria, offering support and, of course, many other benefits as well. Her name is Adesuwa Collin Owie, and she is the founder of Acejo Heritage Foundation. Adesuwa, you're very welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for coming. And, you know, today is Human Angle Thursday, like we mentioned earlier on, and we like to, obviously, today is an opportunity for us to talk about real issues that people face in society, particularly the most vulnerable people and people that are often overlooked in terms of the general scheme of things and planning by the government. Why did you decide on, I mean, you're a young woman, I don't know, is it from a personal experience? Why did you decide to take on widows?
Growing up, I lost my dad, and it was a bit tough. And watching my mom take care of us, train us and everything, it was really hard, you know. I can't just go into details and tell you this happened, but a lot happened. And I just told myself that I would never see another woman suffer like this. So that was how the inspiration came about. That was how I had this deep urge to say, I want to do this for widows. Yeah.
All right, I would ask you a little bit more questions because, like I mentioned, there are people out there who are watching and might be or have walked in the shoes that you walked in or are currently facing what you faced. If you think back, looking back at your childhood, can you mention one or two significant incidences that you would never forget? Because don't forget, women are superhuman.
Yeah.
I mean, I dare say so myself. Women are superhuman, and sometimes we do not understand what widows go through.
Yeah, it's really challenging, and you know, then I remember when there was no food, and my mom would cook rice with red oil. And she'll tell us it's German rice, you know, and we'll be excited. Oh, we're having German rice today, but you know, it was out of nothing that German rice came about. And, you know, there were times when I had to pay for school fees, I had to do some basic, you know, important stuff, and there was really no fun, and there was nobody to help, there was nobody to call on. So I just thought that if I could, you know, help somebody, if I could be that person somebody calls upon when they need help, you know, I can just be that angel the person is looking for, you know, because we needed that angel. And, you know, I would also say that there were some people that came to help, you know, once in a while, they just came and maybe brought rice or something, you know, that touched me and said, you know what, I need to do this. I need to replicate what has happened to me back to somebody. So that's how.
That's fantastic. If you don't mind as well, how many children did your mom have?
3.
3 children.
Yes, I'm the eldest. I have a brother and a sister, Alfred and Anita. Yeah.
All right. Now imagine you saw all this happening with only 3 children, and we know that out there we have women who have 10 children, 11 children, and we have women. I don't know what your father's occupation was while he was alive or how buoyant you were, but remember we have women who have lost their husbands even in the line of service. So widows of policemen who don't have money. At the end of the day, sometimes they're kicked out of the official accommodation. Widows of soldiers. We know we've lost a number of servicemen in recent times in Nigeria following the war against Boko Haram. So when you think about it, we have women who are in dire poverty and who have loads of mouths to feed, sometimes many below the age of 5. So, you know, it's important for us to put into context and understand what we're talking about. So what does Acejo Foundation, Heritage Foundation, what do they do?
Okay, when I started Acejo Heritage Foundation, I was just doing my own little thing, helping people, you know, just on my own. And a friend was like, oh, just open the foundation, open the NGO, you know, so you can reach a lot of people. And I'm like, no, I don't want to. He said, no, just do it. So I decided to do it. I registered it last year, and we got it kicking this year. And, you know, when I listen to readers, I'm very touched. I don't know. I was supposed to bring a widow today. I apologize that she couldn't make it based on some reasons best known to her. But it's really tough. I don't think I quite got your question again, so I don't.
No, that's fine. I just asked what Acejo does in terms of how
so
you provide support.
we help. We try to do relief items. Basically, we give them rice. We give them ingredients to cook the rice. We give them detergent, so just normal basic stuff that they can use every other day. Now, what we're trying to do is we're trying to start a skill acquisition for them too. But the challenge we have is because most of the widows we help are aged widows. Now, we have widows from 60, 50, 80, 90, you know, very old widows, and we have the young ones. So the young ones can always remarry for some of them, and some of them choose not to and just stay with their kids, and like how my mom, you know, decided to do that. But we are going to start up with a skill acquisition. Our next program will be happening in September. The date is not fixed yet, but it will be on Instagram. I'll put it up there so people can, you know, bring friends, family, anybody that you know that is a widow and needs support. So we'll just give them relief items, and we'll teach them some skill and basically.
All right, do you mind telling us a bit more about the skill acquisition program? I know it's not yet been fine-tuned, but what should people expect, number one? And then how do you qualify? Do you just walk in, or would they have to pre-register?
For now, because the thing is, we need to take data of people that are coming. We need to be sure that they are widows. They are not just people, because there are many women that are married and they are like widows, you know. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you a joke. Just for there was a joke about a pastor that said that there was a church. A woman was sitting beside her husband. Yeah. And the woman said, and they said, all widows, please stand up for relief. And the woman stood up. Yeah. And the man was like, sit down, sit down. Ah, what do you mean? And he said, am I not better? Am I not like a widow? What's the point? You don't do anything. Just to buttress the point that why you need to verify the fact that some women are actually have lost their husbands.
Yeah, some women, we registered them, and we do our own little check. Like yesterday, I was at a widow's house. I gave her a surprise visit, because the thing is, when they register, we write their numbers and their house address. Sometimes we just give them a surprise visit and just check up on them and see if they're really widows or not. And it's alarming that we have a lot of widows. In fact, they even have associations. So sometimes we contact their associations and they just invite each other there. Like the last one we had in June 28 at the Dosbin estate, we had like 97 widows there, and I was shocked that we had up to that number in that area. Now we're moving to Songo Otta, and we want people to just come in. We don't want to restrict people by saying, oh, register, or, you know, if you hear about it, just show up.
Just show up.
Show up.
What kind of skills do they learn?
For now, we're trying to get farmers to come and teach them how to farm, because Nigeria is looking inward now, you know, no more oil. We're now looking at agriculture. So we want them to learn how to farm, how to preserve crops. And because the area we're going to is like it's in Otta. Okay. So there's a lot of land there for farming. If possible, we can get sponsorship and help from other people, organizations that will say, okay, fine, they can come and work. So we just want to teach them how to farm, how to learn how to preserve crops and other things, which we're still planning. It's in progress, you know. But all the information will be on our Instagram page, so people can just follow up and, you know, get information there.
Fantastic. Now, some people already know, you know, like we already painted a picture earlier on, the kind of difficulties that widows encounter in Nigeria. But it would be good to hear it from someone who's worked with them. How long have you done this?
I'm quite young in this, officially. Yes. I'm young in this, but I've been on it for just a year, because I registered it last year.
Oh, that's long enough. That's 12 months. That's 365 days. So that's long enough to make an impact.
I've met a lot of people, you know, in past times, and the thing is, it's quite difficult. Sometimes they have challenge from families. You know, like the widow I was talking to yesterday, when we showed up at our house, and she was telling myself and my partner that when her husband died 14 years back, she had a child, 2 months old, and, you know, the family took everything from her, every single thing. And, you know, she was left with nothing. She had to trade, she had to go to Cotonou border to carry okrika clothes to sell and all that. And now the situation in Nigeria is a bit tough now. Yes. So it's even worse than before. So you can imagine people going through this kind of, you need to see the smile on their faces when you just give them this relief item. It's like your God answering their prayers, you know? And, you know, that makes me happy. That gives me joy. That makes me sleep at night with my 2 eyes closed, and I know that, okay, everything will be fine. But the challenge, the situation in the country is really, really hard. So most of them go through a lot. And I really want to use this opportunity to beg families, because you have daughters. You have your own family. Do unto others what you want others to do to you. Just because she's not your family doesn't mean you should take everything away from her. She has kids, you know. And, you know, it was so sad that we could do this to each other.
Well, was it women that did it to her? Or
yes,
the men in the family?
The woman, her husband's people, obviously there are women there, there are men there, so they did it together. They took everything from her. The man just came from Germany then, so they just took everything. So she was left hungry with her 2 kids to feed a baby, 2 months, and a 2-year-old boy. And, you know, tears were just dropping out of her eyes when she just started telling me the story. I felt so sad and I felt so bad. I think we should show a little love to each other. We should love each other. We should do to others what we want others to do to us. No, just because she's not our family, you don't say, oh, no, she's not my family. It's not my business.
But the children are family. That's what some people don't even realize. And I think it would be a great opportunity for us to open the phone lines to people out there who are watching and would like to contribute to this discussion, because some people might have faced this experience that you're talking about, or some people know someone that could benefit from the Acejo Heritage Foundation. This is the time to call. The phone numbers are scrolling on your TV screen. Please do call us as a widow or someone that you know. And let us end this practice in Nigeria of wickedness, violence against widows, and instead look at them as vulnerable members of society, protecting them against the ills of society. Now let's go back to the relief items that you mentioned that you give them. What kind of relief items do you give the widows? Okay,
because for now, I really do everything myself. You know, it's like a family thing because it was inspired by family. So we give them, we have a warehouse where we buy bags of rice. Now we know the amount of rice now. It's no longer as cheap as before. It's like 20-something thousand for a bag. Now we have a storehouse. We keep it there. We give them rice. We give them Maggi, salt. What's in the bag?
So
again?
Cooking, yes. So do you have? There's a pack for each woman.
Yeah, there's a pack.
How many widows do you support at the moment?
Right now, we're supporting over 100 plus.
Wow.
But you know, word of mouth, you know, is like fire. This one tells this one, the other one tells another one, and before you know, everybody knows about it.
How often do you give them this pack?
Yesterday, I was giving packs, you know, and it's a daily thing. You don't stop, you know. You don't just stop when you give, you know, some people. You go on, you keep doing it because it's a passion. It's something that I love to do. But I have my work aside, you know, my personal stuff that I do.
Are you in full-time work?
Yes, I'm a property consultant. You know, this is a passion, you know, but I'm a property consultant. I sell properties all over, in Lagos, in Abuja.
Please let them patronize you so that you can have more money.
Please patronize me. I sell properties everywhere.
Because obviously you can see that some of the profits that you make goes into providing.
It's actually my hard earned, you know, labor that my earned income, I put into this thing. I sell properties. Please, if you're watching, I sell in Nigeria, I sell in America, I sell in London.
Market yourself.
I sell in Dubai, everywhere.
All right, so as you're talking to Adesuwa Collin Owie, who is the founder of Acejo Heritage Foundation, a foundation that is committed to helping widows in society. Now, Adesuwa, we're just about to wrap up the conversation, but we cannot wrap up without you giving us your handle, so in case people wanted to contact you.
Oh yeah, because we're just new and we don't we haven't done our website. We're still working on it and everything. But you can like our page on Instagram. Is Acejo, ACEJO _heritage _foundation. And you can just like our page. Follow us, please follow us and like our page and all the information you need about the next program. We're also coming to Ido-Ekiti in November too to replicate this. So it's not just a Lagos thing. We're going to the 36 states by God's grace.
Amen. That's fantastic. Now, already you've mentioned, you just led me, the next question I was going to ask you, you've answered it a little bit.
Oh, okay.
In terms of what is the future of Acejo? What are your future plans? What do you hope to do?
Oh, yeah. Acejo has a bright future. You know, we plan to, in September, we're going to Sangota. In November, we're going to Ekiti State. Okay. We'll be going to other states. I have to touch my state, definitely.
What state are you from?
I'm from Delta and Edo. And yeah, so I would definitely be in Benin because I schooled there. Okay. Maybe sometime early next year. Okay. We haven't fixed that date, but we plan to reach out to the 36 states in Nigeria. We plan to get to the north. We plan to get to the east. We plan to. We're going to be everywhere in your faces.
Okay, fantastic. And just for those people who want to also support, what are the challenges that you have faced, you know, starting this foundation?
You see, the challenge is people don't really believe in a vision. They believe in reality, what they see, you know. So what I've managed to do is everything I've done so far has been from my own personal income. And I'm glad it is. I know that there's a blessing attached to it, you know. But it's a bit challenging trying to tell people your vision because, you know, people will be like, okay, widows, okay. How do you, they find it difficult to believe. And when we did when we fed 97 widows, when I showed people the picture, they were like, what? You did this? Is this really real? Like, now I know you're for real. So we encourage people to support, not just financially, but you can bring rice, you can bring any food item.
Even in kind.
Even come and help to give this item out. Come and help to register, the women. Come and help to make it easy for us. It's a bit difficult sometimes.
All right, so volunteers. Yeah. All right, we have a call. Clement. Hi, Clement. Good afternoon. Oh, unfortunately, we lost that call. Now, we're going to take a quick break. We still have Adesuwa, Collin, Owie with us in the studio, and she's still speaking about her passion, particularly with helping widows in Nigeria have a brighter future. When we come back after the break, we will have the opportunity to fully open the phone lines. So if you'd like to call in at any point in time, please do so. The numbers will be scrolling on your TV screens. Call us and let us know what you think. Adesuwa, Collin, Owie with us from the Acejo Heritage Foundation. This is Hello Nigeria. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is Hello Nigeria here on Wazobia Max. I'm not alone. Well, not Benga, because of course I'm never alone. But this time we have a special guest with us in the studio who is the founder of Acejo Heritage Foundation. And she's doing a fantastic work with widows in Nigeria, giving them hope and a brighter future. This is our pleasure and it's our honor to have with us in the studio Adesuwa, Collin, Owie. Adesuwa, you're welcome again. Thanks very much for being our guest today. Adesuwa and I have been chatting about widows in Nigeria and how her foundation has gone out of their way to support widows, not just in Lagos, but other parts of Nigeria, and hoping to even do more. And, it's really wonderful, Adesuwa, that you mentioned that it comes from a personal point of view, because you yourself were raised up by a widow who is a wonderful woman. I mean, I cannot get over my mind.
She's my role model.
Whenever I think of German rice, I'll always think of palm oil rice. So anytime I see palm oil rice, I'll think of German rice. So tell us a little bit about your mom. Is she supportive of this project?
100%. She's my backbone. She's 100% in support. She's a pastor in Redeem. She called me this morning like, oh, God is going to go with you when you get there and all that. She's very, very supportive of what I'm doing. She's behind me and all that.
And your siblings? You said you have 2 siblings.
Yeah, my sister is backstage now. She's let me market her now. She read biochemistry, but she's a makeup artist, and her handle is Utopia Makeovers. Please follow her too.
I hope she uses some of the proceeds for Acejo.
Yeah. She does my makeup for free, for the programs. And
that's great.
My brother is also very supportive too. He's not here today, but he's very much supportive.
That's great. So, shout out to Adesuwa's sister backstage or behind the scenes. Anita, who is doing a fantastic job. Now, we're going to come back to ask you about the support you feel that you've received from the government, or how better they can support you in this. But we have Chisom on the phone line. Hello, Chisom. Hello, Chisom. Chisom, good afternoon. All right, unfortunately, I think...
How are you?
Oh, there we go. I'm very well, thanks, Chisom. You're welcome. Oh, we lost her. Chisom, do you mind, or when anyone else calls, please turn down the volume of your TV set so that we can hear you loud and clear without any interference or echo. Yes, going back to the question I asked you about government support, have you found, the government, number one, supportive since you started?
Okay, the honest truth is I haven't really reached out to them. I haven't reached out to anybody or any major company or international body yet. Like I said, I've been doing it on my own because it's a passion. Right now, I don't mind if, I have support from the government or from international bodies or local bodies too,
Yes, of course.
Because
and private organizations too.
Yeah, because, every day they keep increasing. Today they are 10, tomorrow they are 20, next tomorrow they are 97. Before you know it, they are 500, so...
All right, just hold 1 second. We have a call from Joy. Hi, Joy. Oh, gosh. Okay, I think there's something wrong. We need a help foundation for our phone lines in Nigeria because we definitely have, need a solution to drop calls in Nigeria. So for those who are listening out there and you can provide solution in that aspect, Adesuwa is doing our own job for widows. Please do for our phone lines. But yes, you were saying about the government. How do you think the government can better support organizations like yours?
Yeah, I feel that... okay, now, for instance, the woman that had issues with her family, I think she should be able to run to somebody for help,
yes.
Like, it's so wrong for somebody to just take away what rightfully belongs to her.
Yes.
There should be an institution. I don't know if there is, there might be, that I'm not aware of,
NGOs that are there to
fight for their rights,
of widows.
Right? Because it's, I think I will even go into it because now that I hear it often. It's sad. And I read political science and public administration.
Really?
So
there we go. So that is your platform.
I read political science in Benson in the Hosa, so
yes.
I must mention my school. I must mention my school.
All right, we have another phone call. We'll quickly go to that. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi there. What's your name and where are you calling from, please?
My name is King from Banana Island.
Oh, Banana Island. So plenty money to give to Adesuwa.
Oh, yes.
Please go ahead, King.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Now, I'm saying a big shout out to Adesuwa.
Okay.
Adesuwa, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Now, we know it's difficult to start a thing like this, you're starting out, but the question I got for you is, how have you managed to continue in all of this? Everybody complains that these times we're in is a bit difficult for people to go through.
All right.
Now, how do you manage to go through all these times?
All right. Thank you so much, King.
Finance problems, and how have people been supportive?
All right, King. Thank you very much. So we got your question. Despite the hard prevailing economy, how have you been able to survive? But we have another call, so please put that to one side.
Okay,
we'll answer that.
Question.
But Joy from Isheri is on the line. Hi, Joy.
Hello, good morning. Hello, Nigeria.
Hello, Nigeria.
Hello, Adesuwa. Good morning.
Hello, Joy.
I want to say thank you and God bless you to what you're doing. You're really doing a great job here.
Thank you.
My question is this. You said you needed help to help those best friends for the program.
Yes, please.
Please, I want to know where your office is so that at least once in a while I can come around to help you out.
Okay, for you,
thank you, Joy.
Answer? Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Joy. So we'll answer King's question and Joy. Thanks a lot for calling, Joy. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay, so with King's question, is that his name?
Yes, King.
Okay. Yes, you're very right. The economy is hard. And that's why I told her I actually work, I don't do this foundation, like this is not the only thing I do. It's just the passion that I started. But I work, I'm a property consultant and I sell properties. I sell land, I sell houses, I sell anything sellable as far as you can market it. So I'm a born marketer.
And obviously, you have shown.
Yes, I'm a born marketer. So that's how I get income, I sell stuff and I make proceeds from that. So I always find a way to remove something out of there for my... Like I was telling her, behind the screen that my mom has a shop. So we turn into a warehouse. So what I do is I just buy bags of rice there and I just keep it there. So when I want to do a program, it's not like I'll be like,
you're just looking for all the money.
Exactly,
so
because
I'm
storing up,
what
little by
if people
little.
want to help you? Are you open to receiving donations?
Yes, I am. We have a Fidelity account, If you go to my Instagram, it will be there. I don't know if we can put it up here, but if we can't, they can always go there.
On Instagram,
yes. to get it. I just opened it just last week,
So be the first fruit. Now, let's go to Joy's question about your address.
Yes. Now, for my address, right now, we don't have an office address, We use Lekki, Marua. There's an office, a small office there. I'm sure you get that information also at the Instagram page. Yes. But if you want to volunteer to help, please, Joy, as in you are 100% welcome. We have something coming up in September, so we will need you and every other person out there that wants to support us, physically. Right. So she should just go there. Acejo_Heritage_Foundation.
That's Acejo, ACEJO_Heritage_Foundation. That's on Instagram. On Twitter, is it the same on Twitter?
We don't have Twitter handle yet.
Okay, just on Instagram.
I'm not really a social media person. I'm still learning. I'm still learning.
You have to be, but thank you. you so much, Adesuwa. You're such an inspiration, and thank you for the work you're doing with widows in Nigeria, and hopefully even beyond Nigeria.
Amen.
By the grace of God. All right, guys, that's all on this segment. Adesuwa has been such a fantastic guest, speaking to us about Acejo Heritage Foundation and giving widows a better future in Nigeria. Again, call out to all the organizations who are working in the same area. It's important to ensure that we are working together so that we can maximize potential and maximize resources as well. Thank you, Adesuwa.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have any final words to people watching you out there?
I would like to say, please, if you have a widow, treat them with love. They are humans like us, It's just situation and circumstance that made them that way. So show a little love and kindness to people around you. And don't forget to like our page.
What a marketer. All right, thank you so much. Yeah. Now, before we end the show, we cannot end the show without telling you what happened today in history. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday to you. We hope you're celebrating, having fun, and eating a lot. But before then, you're sharing your birthdays with celebrities such as... Sean Connery, yes, a very popular James Bond was born today in history. He was born in 1930. Today in history, also Blair Underwood, actor Blair Underwood, known for playing major parts in the television series LA Law, In Treatment, and Dirty Sexy Money, was born today in history as well. Also, on this day in history, in 1968, Arthur Ashe became the first African-American to win the U.S. Singles Championship. That's right. Opening the doors for women are phenomenal people like Serena and Venus Williams. All right, that's all we have for you today on Hello Nigeria. We hope you have been educated, we hope you've been inspired, and we hope you are gingered to do more for your nation and for yourself as a human being. All right, thanks as well to all those who called in, Joy, King, and those who tried to call in but couldn't get through. Apologies for that. Don't forget, tomorrow is another opportunity for you to call in and speak to your favorite celebrity, because tomorrow is Celebrity Friday. This from me and Benga at Black Voltaire on Twitter and Instagram, and of course myself at AyoThompson7 on Twitter and at AyoThompson on Instagram. This is us saying have a beautiful Thursday and see you again tomorrow, same time, 12 noon here on Wazobia Max. Thank you so much for coming. It was really great to have you.
To enjoy more of these our Ogbonge videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love her.